everybody. In this tutorial we are going to paint a fun little fall themed squirrel, and I'm trying something new today. This is my Stay Wet palette. I've squirted out some paint in here already, and it was a thunderstorm, so I had to stop before I could actually paint. So we're going to see how well this thing actually works. And I've got an 8x10 canvas already prepared with just a light wash of yellow ochre. This is going to be a recycled canvas. This is something that I've already painted something on, so it's got lots of texture on the back underneath this yellow ochre. And you can, of course, recycle canvases if you want to, but you don't have to. So let's get started with kind of tracing out where, or I say tracing, sketching out where our little squirrel is going to live. I'm going to use some burnt umber and just a regular little round brush. And the way we're going to do this is going to be, he's going to be over here in this corner. So we're going to have some space over here where there's not going to be, you know, the actual animal. And I'm going to start up here with the tail. So let's just start, you know, kind of about a third of the way over and draw a line down like this. Okay, then from there, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to make a little rounded area here, another little rounded area here, and then about right here is where this squirrel's head's going to be. So we're going to do something that's kind of like an almond shape. Okay, and then he'll have an ear here, and he'll have an ear here. All right, and we're going to do this so that that's where the tail's going to be. This is where the head's going to be. And like I said, we got an ear here and an ear here. All right. Now this is going to be a pretty loose and abstract painting. It's going to be pretty easy if you will allow yourself to be messy. If you try too hard, it's going to make it a little bit harder to do. So I'm going to take some titanium white and cerulean blue and mix those together just a little bit and get this pretty light blue color. And that's going to be our background. So let's go ahead and put some of that in. And if a little bit of this yellow ochre shows through, then that's going to be okay. Like I said, just try to keep it as loose as possible. And don't try too hard. That blue and white does not need to be mixed perfectly. There needs to be some variation there. Put a little more white up here. Okay. Now you're going to want to wipe your knife off with a paper towel. And we're going to do some work on the squirrel. We're going to start with this burnt umber. Got a little bit of two different kinds of paint here. One of them's a little more fluid than the other. Alright, so we're going to take just straight burnt umber and we're going to make a line here just like this, and down here just like this, put a little over here, and a little right here. Let's take some more and put in some back here where this tail is. And then we're going to do this for the ears. Just put in some little triangle areas and fill in a little bit right here on the top part of the head. Okay? Now we're going to start putting some white in there. So I'm mixing a little bit of white with this burnt umber. I'm probably going to have to get out some more paint. But right here in the middle of him, he needs to be a light color. And like I said, just try to keep it loose. Just putting some light right in here. He's a pretty chubby little squirrel too. Alright, and here's where we're going to start getting messier with it. So let me get out some more paint. Okay. So we're going to marble your white and your burnt umber. And then we're going to start right here, come down. Come over here, put a little bit of that marbled white and burnt umber over here on this side. And then right here on this side of the head. We're going to try to lighten that up a little bit without it being white. Okay? So think about this more as just placing colors down rather than thinking so much about shapes. When you start trying to think too much about shapes, then it's going to hinder you. Okay, so we've got a little mixture of the browns here. Now I'm going to take some of this burnt umber and I'm going to mix it with some white. Still got a little brown on my palette knife too. Okay, so this color right here is going to be like his little hands. Maybe a little bit darker than that. And we're just doing the indication of it. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm going to put some more of this burnt umber down here in this area. And then I'm going to put some in this tail along with some of this brown that we've got mixed up too. Okay, so get out some more dark brown. Right in here, we want it to be darker. And this little hand right here needs to be darker. Then I'm going to take a clean knife and really brighten up this white right in here. And let's put one little stripe of white right under here, like under where his little arm is. Okay, I know this looks really, really abstract. And the thing that's going to help him look more realistic is going to be when we work on the eye and the face. So right now we need to make this jaw a little bit bigger. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of white just right in there. So for this eye, we need some really dark brown, or you could use some black. Let me see. Where is my black? Let's get out a little bit of black. I'm going to mix a little bit of black in with this brown. Okay, so let's start with the nose. And this nose needs to be about right on the end. And it's going to need to come kind of around like that. So it's flat on the top, and then it kind of curves a little bit. You can see that. Okay, and then the eye needs to be about right here. And it needs to be pretty much round with a little bit of a slant. A little bit of a slant right here. And while we've got this really dark color out, I'm going to put some right in here. And let's put some right in here. Okay, and now I'm going to take my liner brush again, or my smaller paintbrush. It's actually round. It's not a liner brush. And then get a little bit of this white. And I'm going to go just dab it around the edge here of this eye. So we don't want it to look too planned because we're using our palette knives. And then just add a couple of little twinkles there in that eye. We'll do the same thing with the nose. Just add a little bit of some white right in there. And then we'll give him a little bit of a smile. And I'm not 100% happy with the color of his tail, so we're going to make it darker. Just going to take this brown right here that we've been using, this mixed with a little bit of black. And let's make it look a little more fuzzy and darker. Especially right here in this part that would be kind of shadowy. There we go. A good bit of black right here in this area. And you guys, that is a fast and easy little squirrel that you can do. You can add something in his hands if you wanted to. I'm going to add a little bit of black under here just to kind of define those little arms. If you wanted to add something there that he's holding, of course you could do that. You could put a little hat on him. You could do just about anything, and it would not take away from it, and it would make it look even cuter. So let me add a little bit of this yellow ochre over here in my background a little more. And he is all done. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you can come up with some creative and fun ways to make yours a little more unique to you. I'm adding a little bit of brown right there as I talk and look at it in the camera. But that was a fast and fun little squirrel. So don't forget to add your initials or your signature, however you finish your paintings. And can't wait to see what you make.